1984 is a classic dystopian novel, written by George Orwell and published in 1949. It's set in a totalitarian society where the government, known as the Party, exerts absolute control over every aspect of life. The novel explores the dangers of totalitarianism, extreme surveillance, and the manipulation of truth and reality. Orwell's vision of a world where individual freedoms are non-existent remains relevant today, making 1984 a timeless and powerful work of literature. The main characters in this dystopian world. Winston Smith. Winston is the central character through whom we experience the oppressive world of 1984. He works at the Ministry of Truth, where his job is to alter historical records to align with the party's ever-changing narrative. Despite his outward compliance, Winston secretly despises the party and harbors rebellious thoughts, which in this society is known as thought crime. He longs for truth and individual freedom in a world where such things are forbidden. Winston's inner turmoil and growing dissent form the emotional core of the story, as he struggles with the consequences of resisting an omnipotent regime. Julia is a fellow worker at the Ministry of Truth who appears to be a loyal party member. However, she also secretly rebels against the party's oppressive rules, though her rebellion is more personal than ideological. While Winston dreams of a broader revolution, Julia is primarily interested in finding personal freedom within the confines of the party's strict rules. Her relationship with Winston plays a crucial role in both their attempts to defy the party, and through her, the novel explores different forms of resistance, small acts of rebellion versus larger ideological struggles. O'Brien is a mysterious and influential member of the party. Winston initially views him as someone who might share his anti-party sentiments. O'Brien represents the intellectual force of the party and its ability to manipulate reality, thought, and truth. He is a complex character who serves as a mirror to Winston's journey. His role highlights the party's ability to use loyalty and betrayal to maintain its hold over its citizens. Big Brother. Though Big Brother is never seen in person, his image is omnipresent throughout the novel. He represents the party's figurehead and serves as a symbol of its absolute power. Big Brother is watching you is a phrase repeated throughout the novel, encapsulating the party's surveillance state. Big Brother's role is to be an omnipotent, godlike leader who commands love, loyalty, and fear, even though it is unclear whether he is a real person or simply a construct used to control the masses. Key locations in the novel. Airstrip 1, formerly London. The story takes place in Airstrip 1, which is the new name for London after it has become part of the superstate known as Oceania. Life in Airstrip 1 is bleak, with constant war, poverty, and propaganda. The setting reflects the oppressive nature of the party's rule, where citizens live in drab, decaying conditions. The environment reinforces the party's control over every aspect of life, making escape from its reach impossible. The Ministry of Truth. This is where Winston works, and its name is one of many examples of the party's use of ironic and contradictory language. The Ministry of Truth is responsible for manipulating information, revising history, and spreading propaganda to ensure that the party's version of events is the only accepted reality. Winston's job is to alter past newspaper articles and records so that they align with the party's ever-changing narrative. This constant rewriting of history ensures that the party is always seen as infallible, and it erases any evidence of mistakes or opposition. The Ministry of Love. Despite its name, the Ministry of Love is the center of the party's power to enforce loyalty through fear, surveillance, and punishment. It is here that those who commit thought crimes, or show disloyalty to the party, are brought for interrogation and re-education. The Ministry of Love is a place of torture and control, a symbol of the party's ability to break the human spirit and enforce its dominance over reality and individual will. The Proles' Quarters. The proles, or proletariat, are the working class of Oceania. They live in rundown, dilapidated neighborhoods and are largely ignored by the party, as they are considered incapable of rebellion. The proles are not subject to the same intense surveillance as party members, and in some ways, they have more freedom, though it is freedom born of ignorance. Winston believes that the proles hold the key to overthrowing the party, but their lack of awareness and political power makes this unlikely. The prole's existence highlights the class divide within Oceania and the party's manipulation of social structures to maintain control. The central concepts. Totalitarianism. One of the central themes of 1984 is the danger of totalitarianism. The party controls every aspect of life in Oceania, what people do, say, and even think. The novel illustrates the horrifying consequences of a government that has no checks on its power, where even the slightest hint of dissent is met with brutal punishment. Orwell's portrayal of this oppressive regime serves as a warning about the potential for political systems to become tyrannical and the ease with which personal freedoms can be eradicated. Surveillance. In the world of 1984, surveillance is constant. Telescreens, which are two-way televisions, monitor citizens in their homes and public spaces. The idea that Big Brother is watching you ensures that people live in a state of fear, never knowing when they are being observed. This omnipresent surveillance is used to maintain control over individuals by preventing them from engaging in rebellious behavior or even thinking anti-party thoughts. The concept of living under constant surveillance resonates strongly with modern concerns about privacy and governmental overreach. Thought crime and newspeak. The party controls not only actions but thoughts. Thought crime is the act of having rebellious thoughts, and it is one of the gravest offenses in Oceania. To further control thoughts, the party develops a language called newspeak, which eliminates words that could be used to express dissent or rebellion. The goal is to make it impossible for people to even conceive of anti-party ideas because there will be no words to describe them. This manipulation of language demonstrates how those in power can control reality by shaping the way people think and communicate. Doublethink. Doublethink is the ability to hold two contradictory beliefs at the same time and accept both as true. It is a key concept in the party's control over the population. Citizens are expected to accept the party's shifting truths without question, even if it contradicts what they knew to be true before. This psychological manipulation prevents people from challenging the party's authority because they are conditioned to accept whatever reality the party presents, no matter how absurd or contradictory it may seem. The nature of reality and truth. A major theme of 1984 is the manipulation of truth and reality. The party continuously rewrites history to fit its current narrative, erasing any evidence that contradicts its version of events. This constant manipulation leaves citizens with no stable sense of the past or present, making it impossible for them to challenge the party's authority. Orwell shows how those in power can reshape reality by controlling information, and how the loss of objective truth is a tool of oppression. Conclusion. 1984 is a chilling portrayal of a world where government power is unchecked and individual freedoms are obliterated. Orwell's warnings about totalitarianism, surveillance, and the manipulation of truth remain as relevant today as when the book was first published. Through the characters of Winston, Julia, and O'Brien, the novel explores the human struggle for freedom, identity, and truth in the face of overwhelming oppression. The novel's timeless themes and its depiction of a dystopian future continue to resonate with readers, making it a powerful cautionary tale for all generations.